This video was produced based on an article by Lingshan Hermit. All rights reserved. Any infringement will be prosecuted. A clever person once said, "To love you is to not judge you. As far as I am concerned, not judging you is not love. Not judging you is a lack of responsibility. It is a clever way of evading one's duty under the guise of love. It is a desire to take without the will to protect." In the Buddha Dharma, if your teacher never judges you, it signifies that you hold no importance to them. It means they take no responsibility for you and consider you beyond the reach of instruction. If you truly love someone, you naturally do not want to watch them make mistakes. If you see them your first instinct is to pull them back immediately. Therefore, if a person never judges you and finds everything you do okay, even as you stand on the edge of a cliff and continues to praise how wonderful you are, it indicates they merely wish to enjoy you or use you. They have no interest in obstructing your journey toward self-destruction. Of course, there is another possibility. Though they love you, they are so foolish that they cannot distinguish good from bad, nor can they see that you are committing self-murder. I once read a writer who said he hoped his daughter would not be successful or work too hard, but rather just live a happy life. To live a happy life is, in reality, a grand extravagance and a delusion. The truth is, one must work very hard to possibly live happily, and work exceptionally hard to live happily for a lifetime. This is because you must conquer all the causes that make you unhappy, a massive undertaking that requires immense effort to succeed. You must identify what makes you unhappy, which is a significant topic in Buddhism. Beyond that, you must sever the causes of unhappiness. You cannot live like a pig, drifting aimlessly without thought or reflection, and still remain happy. This line of thinking is not unfamiliar to me. I have heard similar ideas from many people. Their thoughts are remarkably alike. For instance, the belief that simply leaving a large sum of money to a child to ensure material comfort will naturally result in a happy life. This is another grand delusion, sustained by a profound ignorance of the world's complexity and a disregard for the laws of samsara. Many parents think this way. They believe money alone can buy a lifetime of happiness. Furthermore, they feel their children should not suffer or endure what they once did. Because they are so unwilling to let their children suffer, their children inevitably experience even greater pain. I used to wonder why people thought like this. Had they never seen a person who doesn't suffer? I eventually realized they had seen them, but their poor powers of observation led them to mistake those who are skilled at hiding pain for those who are free from it. Thus, they develop the illusion that wealth precludes suffering. I want to say that every person you see is suffering. Those scavenging leftovers, those collecting trash, and even those standing in the spotlight, whom you label as painless, are all enduring various forms of misery. They were all once infants with parents who loved them and wished they wouldn't suffer. Some parents even made meticulous preparations to prevent it, but facts prove this is beyond their control. Many parents love their children deeply, yet they do not know how to love. Their love is rooted in the self, in selfishness, in a desire for control, and in their own insecurities, and above all, in an ignorance of the world. Because this love is weighed down by too much expectation and fear, it can feel like a hand tightening around your throat. Yet, you cannot criticize such love. The love that ordinary beings, Puthujjana, give is often like this. Though it makes you extremely uncomfortable, feels suffocating, and makes you feel monitored, leading to a cycle of mutual hurt, it is at least a form of genuine love, albeit one based on a mistaken understanding of the world. The love the writer mentioned for his daughter, that no strings attached wish for her happiness, is, I believe, also a form of genuine love, but it, too, is based on a mistaken understanding of the world. This palm of the hand love is the opposite of the shackled love mentioned before. It is rooted in pity and a sense of debt. It appears to demand nothing and offers full freedom and respect. Most modern people would applaud this, viewing it as a superior, civilized form of parental love. Yet, because it is also based on a misunderstanding of reality, it pushes the child into another pit of fire, though this is not easy to perceive. In China, you often see the former suffocating love. In places like America, you see more of the latter, the letting go love, where people respect each other but remain distant, offering only praise and no judgment. Both are based on genuine love, but because they are built on a lack of understanding of the world, both ultimately lead to the fire. They are forms of love based on ignorance. Avidya. Sometimes I see another love that I highly doubt is love at all. I have seen people mistake meticulous care for love. A person might seem willing to do anything, remembering a partner's menstrual cycle or driving across the city to buy a specific cake. If someone were that meticulous with me, I think I would feel afraid. Such goodness doesn't feel real. Most of the time, I tend to see this as a performance with a purpose, to capture those who are starved for affection. I once saw a news story about a man who filled his balcony with flowers and vegetables for his wife. Almost everyone was moved, thinking it was true love, but I am suspicious. If this is love, it is the kind where both parties fall into an abyss together. Such love is too intense. It easily burns both sides to ash. Most such loves end in tragedy. Moreover, it sets a bad example, giving others a standard for comparison that only deepens their own misery. I have heard that in northern China, when some only daughters return home, dozens of family members go to the station to meet them. In their minds, this is love. This, too, is a massive misunderstanding. You see love, I see the harm this does to her, and the harm her pampered ego will inflict on everyone she meets. I can imagine how they grew up. An inflated, spoiled ego is the greatest harm to others and, ultimately, to oneself. Because people will not always put her on such a pedestal, and there will not always be dozens of people waiting at the station. She is being gifted a tremendous capacity to harm herself and others. From my perspective, they are collectively creating a source of great misery, handcrafting her future suffering. The late Chögyam Trungpa Rinpoche once told his disciples, "I love you." When asked what love is, he replied, "Empathy, feeling what the other feels." In Buddhism, your teacher must love you. Because they love you, they are unwilling to let you endure suffering. Knowing how terrifying samsara is, they will be extremely strict with you. In Buddhism, compassion means the ability to destroy your illusions of samsara, to strangle your dualistic habits, and to bring you closer to reality. It is not about indulging your ego, making you feel comfortable, or keeping your emotional value at 100%. The words I use, like strangle, sound violent, but the actual operation may be extremely gentle, extremely intense, or entirely subtle, or perhaps all three at once. Unlike parental or romantic love, a teacher's love is untainted by worldly goals. They know your true state, every thought, and every subtle pain. Most importantly, they truly know what is good and possess the ability to help you improve. Your parents or partners do not truly know what is good. They only treat you according to what they deem to be good. Thus, parental love often tries to mold you into what they want, and romantic love seeks mutual fulfillment of physiological and psychological needs. A Buddhist teacher's love, however, is meant to shatter your ego. At times, parental love and a teacher's love may look similar. Both involve judgment, urging, and a sense of pressure that makes one want to flee. If your teacher is a highly realized being, they may be entirely egoless. Such a person might be consistently kind, like a spring breeze, or they might be unfriendly, or unpredictable, keeping you in a state of constant alertness. But if you are wise, you will know that this is true love, a love based on the desire to help you break through the illusions of samsara. Unlike the civilized love of self-protection, this love is not filtered through the ego. It is clear, unshielded, and absolute. Precisely because of this, it is not easy to endure. As a practitioner, the deeper your compassion, the deeper your love for sentient beings, just as Chögyam Trungpa said, empathy. The development of compassion is usually accompanied by an increase in insight. The deeper your practice, the more you perceive the various sufferings of beings. You begin to see more subtle causes and conditions. You see the weakness beneath a strong exterior, the perseverance after extreme disappointment, and the hidden longings. I once saw a street interview online where an elderly man in Beijing was trying hard to express how open-minded and detached he was. He tried to show he viewed life and death lightly, that he was fine living alone and didn't need company. Despite his efforts to appear indifferent, I could see the desolation beneath the surface, his thirst for companionship, the self-protection behind his act, his hidden resentment, and the final shreds of dignity he was struggling to maintain. Usually, we call this seeing empathy. We also call it love.